So this is the process of bringing yourself into alignment with who you are. You're reaching for the thought of greatest alignment to which you have access right now. Another way of saying that is you want to find the best feeling thought that you can find and practice it long enough that you learn the steady vibrational grid of that. So let's say you start with something really general and it feels pretty good because you've stayed in a nice, safe, easy to feel good place. And you focus there, and then law of attraction brings you more things like it until something comes that challenges that belief. What happens to your emotion when something comes that challenges your belief? You feel those bumps on the side of the road. You feel some wariness. You feel some concern. You feel some doubt. You feel some guilt. You feel some self-criticism. You feel something that doesn't feel so good. So then what do you do? What would be the wise thing to do? Do you plow ahead? Do you dig in? Do you condemn your stupidity and make it happen anyway? Do you wrestle it to the ground? Do you try to make them behave even though they clearly have no intention of doing so? Or do you step back into the place as quickly as you can that felt good right before it didn't feel good? Doesn't that seem logical? Now, you could change the subject altogether and you'd feel a little better, but you have to remember you're leaving your grid on every subject right where you last left it. So every time you reintroduce the subject and you take it to a little better feeling place, what you do is you open to more specifics on that subject. And the more specifics you open to, the more powerful your creation. But even more than that, the more specifics you open to while you're in alignment, the more powerful and worthy and loved and blessed you feel. We are not asking you to be bouncing off the wall, enthusiastic in every moment, or blubbering and slobbering all over the person next to you in your gushing love for them. We're not asking you to spend all day, every day, thinking about non-physical and how you relate to it. But we are asking you to spend your days in awareness of the way you feel, so that bit by bit you can choose better and better feeling thoughts until you are more of the time allowing the fullness of who you are to flow through you. So if something's been going on and you are ornery and irritated and you go to sleep and just out of exhaustion you sleep, when you wake up, even though your physical apparatus has rested, your vibration will pick up right where you left off. So if you go to sleep out of the vortex, you wake up out of the vortex. And so the dreams that you dream are indications of what you're doing vibrationally. So are you following that? Is it pretty easy to understand, knowing what you know about the aspects of you? Now consider this. You're going to like this. So as you slumber and the larger part of you reemerges into non-physical, what do you think happens to the cells of your body? Do the cells of your body release all resistance while you sleep? What do you think?
Yes.
Well, they don't release all resistance, but they do a lot better job of releasing resistance than you do with your conscious mind, because the cells of your body don't hold grudges. In other words, it's sort of like the beasts of your planet. Your animals are not as creative as you humans. They are also much less resistant. So humans are much better at sifting through contrast and launching desires than the animals of your planet are. But the animals are much more likely to be in the vortex. So the cells of your body are more like the beasts of your planet. They are not holding grudges. That's why recovery from illness is often associated with slumber. That's why people often go into comas and recover from things otherwise. In other words, your physical apparatus really gets a head start on reclaiming vibrational balance every night that you sleep. So imagine this process. Imagine having a day that's not all that great, but getting in bed and deliberately trying to withdraw your thoughts from what was bothering you and focus upon something that you can bask about, like maybe even the comfort of your bed. And imagine falling to sleep as best you can in a sort of more basking perspective, and then slumbering where you withdraw consciousness from this physical apparatus and time-space reality. And then awakening in the morning and deliberately, and it's not hard to do, reclaiming the basking that you were in before you went to sleep and taking it further by working on some things that you appreciate. Then getting out of bed, and we'll do some focus wheels here today, doing a focus wheel or two to clean up some vibration that has been sort of raw and ragged, and then moving into a list of positive aspects and getting on a rampage of appreciation, and then moving into your day. Now, follow us here. Then the next night, doing the same, and the next night, doing the same, and the next night, doing the same. Within a very short time, far less than 30 days, we're not kidding you even a little, you could release the majority of resistance that you've been harboring, and anything that was not sitting right in your physical apparatus. In other words, you would give the cells of your body the perfect vibrational culture in which to find perfect balance, just with that one simple process. Because it is only the awakening the next morning and the returning to resistant thought that keeps your cells from reclaiming their complete balance even in one night's sleep. You following? Yep. A few nights of deliberately releasing resistance and then going into slumber and giving the cells of your body all of that time to find their balance. And then another night of releasing resistance and going into slumber. But here's the thing. Every night you do that, but every morning you undo it. That's what's happening with most people. Every night your cells find their balance, and then you remember what was bothering you the day before. So you are literally reestablishing resistance every time you come back into consciousness. Isn't that interesting? Nice to know. It puts this wellness concept in a whole new place, doesn't it?